What fragrance to wear for my run today? A bit bored of wearing the Lush ones. I wear them all the time. I put a bit of Obsession on. Oh yeah, that does smell good. I really like Obsession. It's like this nice soapy cinnamon. What was that? You don't like the smell of Obsession. You don't think it suits running. Spongebob doesn't think you can wear Obsession running. What's he on about? It's giving me an idea. Why don't we have a competition? Honestly, Spongebob, no offence, I'm never going to take fragrance advice from you. Look, after all, you just use mine. You don't even own any of your own fragrances. How can you start giving me advice on what I should wear? Anyway, let's talk about the competition then. But I'm going to be biased. I think I've got amazing knowledge. I think nobody in the world has better knowledge than me. You probably think the same. So let's have an unbiased competition. Let's get ChatGPT involved. I want you to pick 5 fragrances. Say you had a collection now and you can only have 5 fragrances in it. I want you to pick 5. Say why you like them or what they're for, and then we'll see which one they decide. They'll pick which one they think is the best selection of fragrances, mine or yours. Deal? Game on. Okay, let's go into my first one then. And I reckon this fragrance has been a staple in people's collections many, many times. Maybe not so much now, but that doesn't mean it's not still good, and that's why it's the first one I'm mentioning in my top 5, my fragrance collection competition here. Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue. I believe this one came out in 2007, and from when I had it, I remember it being like a nice soft citrus opening. I think you got a bit of lemon and bergamot in there, and then it dries down into this sort of musky base. Very clean, very relaxing, very refreshing. And when I had it, I was doing a sports coaching role, and it was perfect because I was outdoors most of the time. It was never too heavy, never too cloying, but it was very classy. And at the time, of course, when I was doing this job, summer jobs kind of were built more for like people who are at school, sixth form. So I was working with lifeguards who were quite a bit younger than me. They were sort of 16, 17, 18 years old. And I felt like the old man as part of the team. And it's funny because I always thought, oh, they're not going to like the sort of smells I wear then, and you know, the things they all were talking about. I was like well past it. I was like, I'm not down with the kids anymore. But I always remember when I wore this one and I went to clock in, a lot of the lifeguards were like, oh, you smell really nice. And look, this is a fragrance that's from 2007. So when I was wearing this, they were probably about, when they were born, when it was released, they were probably only about 2 or 3 years old. And they like the smell. It's a very easy to pull off smell, very relaxing, very calming, and I always think it's timeless as well. So this scent doesn't look like it's going to be discontinued. It's an absolute classic, but I also think it's one that in 30, 40 years is still going to smell good. So Spongebob, you're going to do well to beat that one. That's my first fragrance. Now, whether you love them or hate them, I think every good fragrance collection has a floral fragrance in it, and I'm a big fan of floral fragrances. I don't love them all. There's certain notes I love more, particularly rose is a big one of mine, and I was going to pick originally Tom Ford Cafe Rose, but I've not gone for that one because it is a very strong rosy scent, and I'm not sure if ChatGPT will like that one as much. So I'm going for a different one. It's called Champaca by Tom Ford. Now, I'll give you a story of this one. My brother had this when we were both getting into collecting fragrances during COVID time. There was a seller on eBay who was selling Tom Fords for like $59.99. I was buying Tobacco Vanille, Fabulous, Lost Cherry, like all 3 for under £200 combined. And my brother got this one called Champaca, and it was, to be honest with you, it was one we hadn't heard of and one we weren't really interested in because, you know, it wasn't their main ones, it was floral, but because it was so cheap, he got it. Unfortunately, because it was a tester, it was brand new, but it was leaking. It was leaking at the top of the lid. And my mum brought in a storage box. We didn't realise it was leaking at the time, to sort of keep all his fragrances in. And suddenly one day we went in his room and we were like, oh, can you smell that? You know, really pleasant floral smell. He hadn't really sprayed it much at the time. He realised it was coming from this box, this storage box. and it's where this champaca fragrance had leaked, and it was just this really, really lovely feeling of, again, walking through a spring garden. It's quite a dark floral, you know, that is a private blend bottle, and it was a really dark floral, like really, really realistic, just like the feeling of rose petals and different petals from different plants all scattered across the ground. That's what it smelled like. Just everything was blooming in spring. Dark, mysterious, but also very seductive. You know, it wasn't anything complex, but it was such a realistic floral smell. What I liked, it was so strong. On a day like today, I think it'd be perfect. It's probably the weather that's influenced my opinion, but I think if you add that in your collection, it's going to stand out. It's certainly going to be different from the other ones. You don't want all these fragrances to be the same. This one certainly isn't the same. It's a top floral scent, and yeah, I like the fact not many people know it either, so had to be in this competition. It's probably discontinued now, which will mean I'll have to pick another one later. Green tea today, green top. I think we need to talk about a green fragrance then that I would add to my collection now I've finished my workout. It has to be only one, Paco Rabanne Pour On. It was the fragrance that got me into scents, so there must be something about it, something that I think ChatGPT would appreciate. A little bit of an old school, timeless type fragrance. For me, the real star in this is the oat moss. Oat moss in the base of the fragrance, but there's some funny notes in this. You've got a bit of honey, you've got musk. It definitely gives off this clean, soapy vibe. Nothing particularly sweet, but it's not really dark, really heavy like some old school fragrances can be. They can be quite aggressive, too much in your face, but you've got things like rosemary, clary sage, rosewood. It's a much nicer fragrance. It's much more well-balanced fragrance than some of those more daring ones that people may associate with old men. I don't think it does smell old. I think it smells classy. It's like a nice classy soap. It smells a bit like shaving cream as well, like a nice eucalyptus shaving cream, barbershop fougere. That's exactly what this fragrance fits in. It's still around. It came out, I believe, in 1973. You're talking over 50 years, so people like it. ChatGPT, you better like that one. That is a great fragrance. As I said, it's the one that got me into scents. Is it the most complex? Have I smelled better since? Absolutely. But this one definitely still has a place in modern perfumery, and it would definitely be in my collection if I had 5 fragrances. Spongebob's not thinking of that one. Fourth one, I have to put this brand in because it's one of my favourite brands, potentially my absolute favourite, certainly in that more niche category. Acqua di Parma, and the one I've gone for here is a little bit more of a serious scent, but I feel like I needed a woody one. Sandalo. Now what I like with Sandalo is you can pretty much wear this one all year. Probably the only time I wouldn't wear it is on a hot summer's day, a really hot summer's day, but springtime, full time, winter time, day, night, I think it's fine. It's a pretty strong fragrance, but it's not really dark. It's not like a dark woodsy one, even though it was part of their concentrate line. It's not, you know, you've got a nice citrus opening, you've got a bit of lemonade, you've got bergamot, you've got a bit of orange, there's a bit of lavender in the middle of the fragrance, and then in the base, the real selling point here is the sandalwood. It's like this nice sparkling woods. It's really natural, really, really natural scent, very mass pleasing, and honestly, it lasts for days. It gives the elegance and sophistication, a bit more grown up vibe about it, and I absolutely love it. I think it's one of the best ones from Acqua di Parma that people don't really talk about. I think the Cologne line gets more attention, and while I love that line as well with things like Senza, for me I'm going to go sandalwood. I'm going to go for the Sandalo one because of that sandalwood. It's so nice, so pleasant, and it's a brilliant note that's used in a lot of fragrances, so it'd be one that ChatGPT will recognise. They'll know all sandalwood's a popular note, and that's why they're going to like this fragrance. So I just looked online. It looks like Champaca by Tom Ford. Unfortunately, it's discontinued. You can still buy it though. It looks like it's got cognac in it as well. But some sellers on eBay charge like 300, 400, even £500 for it. So I'm going to keep that one just as a bit of a side one, but I'm going to change it to Black Orchid by Tom Ford because again, it is that dark, mysterious, floral type fragrance. And when you think of Black Orchid, I can't think of anything as complex and as unique and as mysterious as that one on the market. You know, we've had other clones of it, 24 Hours. It's an absolute classic. It's part of their collection. Men and women can wear it. I think it's more feminine because of the florals in it, but it's definitely got a bit of darkness, a bit of bitterness about it. I think there's some bitter chocolate in it that certainly makes it wearable for men as well, and it'll just fascinate people. It's such a unique fragrance. It's not my favourite, it's not a love, but I do appreciate how complex it is and how daring it is, yet it still really works. It still draws a lot of people back. But the fifth one we'll go on to next. Fifth and final one, and I don't think I've gone for a cheapie yet, but I also don't think I've gone for anything particularly sweet. I was going to go in the Sony Wave in a 50ml bottle, which you get for around £17. A lovely sort of spicy lime, fizzy type smell. It's really, really pleasant. Reminds you of that sort of, yeah, like a cocktail in the summer. It's very pleasant. but I'm going to go for a chocolate fragrance because I think we need something a bit more sweet, a bit more gourmand. And this one I don't think is a clone. You can get it for around £5, £6 for a 50ml bottle. It's Choco Must by Al Rahab. I currently have this one, and yes, it does have a slight alcoholic opening, a slightly Middle Eastern type smell, but it's absolutely fine. It's more than well suited for Western cultures as well. You know, it's just like that nice sweet chocolate. It's not a bitter chocolate. It's like baking cocoa powder essentially. Had compliments on it at school. Teaching assistants used to say, "Oh, that's really pleasant." It's not really strong. It's not really in your face. It draws people closer. You can wear it at home. It's a little bit cozy, and I'm hoping ChatGPT will like that slightly different fragrance. You know, I've gone for some quite mainstream ones today, but I'm hoping this one, a slightly more unknown brand, but very mass-pleasing, well-utilised note in chocolate and vanilla, will go down well. So they are my 5. What I'll do, I'm going to do my gym workout now, and then when we head back, we'll see which one Spongebob's gone for and get our overall result. We are done. Time for a shower, then head back, and I'm going to beat Spongebob. Finally, I'm beating Spongebob in a competition. Don't let me down, ChatGPT. We are home, and I cannot wait for this. I cannot wait to find out, first of all, what Spongebob's gone for, and him to lose. It looks like you've been busy, Spongebob. Is this your list here? We'll have a little look. Let's see what he's gone for. He doesn't have a clue, does he? Let's read these ones out. So he's got a cheapie there, Nautical Voyage. Not a bad shout. That one's got a little bit more expensive over the years. A lot of people say that one's like wet cucumbers or wet leaves sort of smell. I need to buy that one. So yeah, not bad. I'll give you that one. Dior Sauvage. He's lost this one, hasn't he? Everyone knows that one. You think ChatGPT, that's intelligent. Artificial intelligence. That's not an intellectual scent, is it? Everyone knows that one. Blood de Chanel. SpongeBob, you meant to go for a bit of variety here. There's no variety here. Versace Dylan Blue. These are all like blue fragrances. And then Prada Luna Rossa Carbon. Well, that's just basically Dior Sauvage as well. Right, let's ask ChatGPT. I think I've won this one. It's in the bag. Okay, so I've typed out what I'm going to ask ChatGPT, and then we'll put the options down in the list. But what I've said is I'm going to give you 2 sets of options with 5 fragrances per option. I want you to pick which option you'd go for and give your reasons as to why in a simple paragraph. Got it? So we'll send that. We'll see what they say to that. I genuinely, by the way, do not know who's going to win this one. This is literally completely live. I've not done any trial runs with this. But I think I've got it in the bag. I really do. I think I've got it. So they have got back to me. They have said, got it. Send over both options whenever you're ready. So I'm going to put option 1, Harry. And they are 1. I've got to try and remember what fragrances we did now. So we did Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue. Again, I think that's a really, really good scent. I do want to get that one again. I do want to get I believe it's called Homme Intense or Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Intense, something along those lines. Men's Original Light Blue. We said number 2. Annoyingly, Champaca does seem to be discontinued. So we're going to put Tom Ford Black Orchid. I do like that one though. Mysterious dark floral fragrances. They do surprise me. But again, I touched upon it. It's not my favourite, but it is unique. It's mysterious and it's got that complexity about it which I like. And yeah, I think it's going to be around for many years to come. 30, 40, 50 years time. I still think Tom Ford would be selling Black Orchid. I really do. And of course, many brands clone this one. We then said number 3. We said Paco Rabanne Pour Up. Again, old school fougere barbershop shaving cream type vibe. Something I need to do. Need to have a shave. But yeah, that one's just got this nice old school soapy smell, and it really got me into fragrances. I remember I thought it smelled like an Aqua de Parma at the time. Obviously, I don't so much now. But even my dad, when I sprayed it on, might said, "Oh, you're wearing Aqua de Parma," and it wasn't. So there's obviously that soapy clean vibe, something in it that gives off that nice high quality, high end type fragrance. And yeah, it's a classic, and that's why it's still around. We then said number 4 was Sandalo. So Aqua de Parma. Again, I just love Aqua de Parma fragrances. I could have picked any, to be honest with you. Ascenda's my favourite in the Colonia line. Barno, if it wasn't discontinued, would have been in this list undoubtedly. Again, Ebony Wood, top fragrance. I can't believe they discontinued it, but it wasn't very popular. I can't really think of anyone who particularly had this one. or certainly, there was no hype online around it anyway, not like some of the other ones from Aqua de Palma, certainly in that Colonia line. And then number 5, I'll try and remember what I went for now. Honestly, it's so long ago, it feels ridiculous I can't remember these, but it was Al Rahab Choco Musk, because I felt like I needed a cheap gourmand. So we'll put that one in. Right, I'm going to type Spongebob's in, and then we're going to click enter. Okay then, they are all typed in. Are you ready, SpongeBob? Who is going to win this competition? They're going to give their reasons why as well. ChatGPT has gone for option 2, SpongeBob. Let me show you here. I will put this on the screen at the same time. I'd go with option 2, SpongeBob, because it's much more versatile, modern lineup overall. Phrases like Dior Sauvage, Buddha Chanel, and Devoutly Dylan Blue are all easy crappies that work in almost any setting, casual work or nights out, while Prada Luna Rossicon adds a clean, slightly sophisticated edge. Even Nautica Voyage is a great, fresh, everyday option. In contrast, option 1 has some interesting picks, but a few like heavier or more niche sets are less flexible for daily wear, making option 2 the safer, more well-rounded choice. I cannot believe it. That is boring. That's so unoriginal. Surely you want some different sets. They all just smell the same. I can't believe it. Even AI now thinks SpongeBob's got better fragrance knowledge than me. What do you think? I'm very upset about that. I'll catch you later.